We'll be in another Milwaukee suburb this morning in our latest 58 Hometowns visit. Check for reports throughout the day in Glendale on CBS 58. Executive Director of Welcome to Glendale, Becca Garrison, joins us live with a preview. Becca, good morning to you. Where are you located, first of all?
Good morning. I'm actually at Old Heidelberg Park, the famous Oktoberfest grounds at the Bavarian Beer House this morning.
That's what I thought. Becca, tell us, what makes you love Glendale so much?
The strength of the community, the events that we host here in Glendale, there's so many. We've got 7 hotels, all with free parking, pet friendly. So there's just a lot of different places that you can go, a lot of opportunity that we have here.
And anything new you guys have going on that Amanda should check out later today?
I know where she's kind of heading, but we do have Richard E. Mislowski Park, which is a community park where we have an amphitheater. There's a Sprecher Oasis there, different things like that. So I'd really say that there's just so many hidden gems here in Glendale, and there's so much to do, so much to discover. So we really welcome people to visit Glendale, come live here, come work here, come visit. So it's very exciting.
And Becca, if you had to describe the Glendale community, the people that live there, describe them for us.
Yeah, super friendly. You got the Midwest nice that people like to say, but I'd say everybody's very welcoming, very friendly. It's kind of like a small town feel, but right next to the big city. So you kind of get the diversity of that. You also get just the excitement of people wanting to get out, do things, help one another. So it's great a community to be a part of. I live right here in Glendale.
Tell me, Becca, what's like your favorite go-to spot, somewhere that our viewers could head to this week if they're not too busy?
Well, Bavarian Beer House is one of them. I actually used to work here, but Oktoberfest is going on right now, so it's a great place. It's raining right now, and I'm completely dry. They've got an undercover pavilion with over 100 tables in here for dancing, but they also have the huge festival grounds. They've also got the restaurant, but there's a bunch of different hidden gems. Bistro on the Glen, the Brick, Sprecher, Bayshore.
Endless opportunities there in Glendale.
Endless,
and Becca, where can people go to learn more about Glendale if they'd like to?
Yeah, so we have www.welcometoglendale.com, and there you can tap all the possibilities of Glendale.
Thanks, Becca. We appreciate you, and Amanda, we'll see you out there later today. Thanks again for having us.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
You too, Becca. Thank you.
Well, it is a beautiful Tuesday, and we are out and about for our CBS 58 Hometowns.
CBS 58's Amanda Porterfield stopped by the award-winning Solly's Grille in Glendale to check out what's cooking.
We've been having a great time today in Glendale, and we are now at Solly's, where I've heard a lot about this famous butter burger, and here to tell us all about it is the owner, Glenn Fieber. Thank you so much for talking to us today.
Thank you for coming in. It's beautiful to see you here.
Yes, thank you. It's so great to be here, and it's such a packed house. It is lunchtime.
Well, it's lunchtime, and this is the way we are.
Talk about the people here and why you opened this restaurant.
Well, my stepfather opened it up in 1936. It was on Green Bay Avenue, which is now Martin Luther King, and just north of Burleigh. Then in 1971, Solly took the business down here in this building, which was 100 yards that way.
Okay.
Then in 2000, I now own it. They lifted the building up and brought it here and put it on a new basement. And now we continue the business.
And so, talking to people in the community, they have said one thing, that you have poured your life savings, everything into this restaurant. Why is it so important to you?
The people. What you see here is what this business is all about, and why I love it, because you meet so many different people and beautiful people.
And the famous butter burger, what's your secret besides the butter?
The secret is we use 100% sirloin meat, and we use Wisconsin butter, Wisconsin cheese, and stew our own onions. So that's the secret.
Anything else you want to say about this very special place, Solly's?
I love it, and I just can't wait to get up every morning and come to work.
Well, a lot of people have said that we had to come here, so you're doing a great job. Thank you so much, Glenn, for talking to us today.
Thank you very much.
And, we have been all over Glendale today. We started our day at Sprecher Brewery, had some root beer. We went to Kletzsch Park and saw the salmon jumping. We have just had a wonderful day here in Glendale. And, of course, follow our social media pages to see all of the other fun stops we made. And we'll have more tonight on the CBS 58 News at 10 o'clock.
Heart of the North Shore and known for festivals, diversity, beer, and of course, food. Amanda Porterfield is live at the Brick Pub and Grill, which also has a rich history. Hi, Amanda.
Hi, my guest. There are 7 North Shore communities, and I am happy to be spending the day in Glendale. Fun fact, Glendale is called the root beer capital of not the country, not the state, but the universe, which is fitting because we started our morning at Fieber Brewery, got a tour, got some root beer, then we headed over to Hren Park where they have an inclusive playground. Now we are here having lunch at the Brick, and I want to introduce you to the owner, one of the owners. It's a couple duo. This is Chelsea Hren. Thank you so much for having us.
Of course, anytime.
We've been in here about a half an hour or so, and I have to say the vibe is so chill. Everybody feels like they know each other, and this food has been sitting here for about 5 minutes, and I have had a few cheese curds already. They're so good. Tell me about what we're seeing here, what kind of food we're having here, and what you guys specialize in.
All right, so we've got right here is our brick burger, so it's our name burger. It's just a nice Angus beef patty with avocado, onion strings that we make in-house, as well as a Southwest dressing. And your choice aside, we have tater tots here, but we also have French fries, waffle fries, a whole bunch of different options. This is our Southwest salad. It's got some grilled chicken on it, a homemade corn and black bean salsa, as well as tomatoes and avocado and tortilla strips. And then this is our bourbon salmon. Our salmon comes in a few different flavors. This one's got the bourbon glaze on it, along with our rice pilaf and cooked vegetables.
These tater tots are to die for. I mean, this sauce.
Yes, I know. They're amazing.
It's so good.
Yes.
Talk about, you know, you guys have been here for quite some time, not under the same name. There's a lot of rich history. Tell me about that. Well, I eat one of these.
Absolutely. So the original Wren's was on the other side of Green Bay Avenue, and that was owned by my husband's grandparents, Louis and Elaine Hren. They had that through the 70s and 80s. They sold it, moved across the street. That actually ended up burning down, and it's actually now Kletzsch Park. But this is the second location, and they had this through the early 90s. It was also helped run by his uncle, and then they ended up selling it. We were pretty young at the time. We both grew up in Glendale. Tim did work here as a busser. They ended up selling it. It was owned by a different person for a while, closed for a while, and then we got it about 7 years ago, did a whole bunch of remodeling to it, and reopened it up as the Brick.
Well, that's awesome. Well, the food is great. The atmosphere is great. You know, the people here, they do a lot of giving back to the community, so the Brick is definitely a place that you want to come if you're going to be in Glendale. Later today, we're going to visit Kletzsch Park, maybe do some fishing. I don't know about that. We have a special guest that you'll see later today on the CBS 58 News at 4 and 5 o'clock that you don't want to miss, so make sure to tune in. I'll send it back to you, Mike.
Looks delicious.
Well, the rain finally gone, and just in time for us to hit the roads for CBS 58 Hometowns.
Today we're visiting Glendale on Milwaukee County's North Shore. Now this community has a rich history. Formerly known as the Old Town of Milwaukee, Glendale was incorporated in 1950. More than 13,000 people now call Glendale home, and a river runs through it. Yes, the Milwaukee River, which hugs the eastern shore of a beautiful park, Kletzsch Park. And that's where we find CBS 58's Amanda Porterfield.
Well, we couldn't come to Glendale without visiting Kletzsch Park. It's a place where people from all over come all year round, and right now it's prime salmon fishing time. I mean, the fish are literally jumping out of the water. Here with me is DNR Warden Adam Strehlow, and yes, if his face and that name sound familiar, it's because he is Mike Strehlow's son. You have a hometown connection. Talk about it.
Yeah, definitely. So Kletzsch Park is an area that's really special to me growing up. My dad actually took me down here all the time. We lived 10, 15 minutes away. So this is where my dad taught me how to fish. As I turned into a teenager, I would bike here by myself and fish with my friends, and I'd really spend hours and hours and hours in the water fishing here. And that really helped develop my love for the natural resources, and definitely kind of what got me into doing this job. So this spot gives a year-round opportunity for fishing with several different species, and and all skill levels. People that are experienced fishermen or even new to fishing can come down and enjoy it and definitely catch a lot of fish.
Yeah, I mean, this is incredible. You know, I know we talked about actually fishing and going in the water, but the water is too high right now. But there are people here fishing right now. Talk about what you see. What does this area of Kletzsch Park do for people who come to visit?
Yeah, so on top of it being just a beautiful scenic view that, you know, people can come and relax and kind of feel like they're out of the city, fishermen can come down here, and right underneath the waterfall, a lot of fish will stack up, and that's mostly because, one, fish get blocked by the waterfall. They can't jump over it when they're running upriver, and the waterfall also provides a lot of oxygen in the water that fish like. So they'll stack up here, and in the spring you can catch trout that run up the river. All summer long you can catch bass, and then right now you'll see the salmon just move from the lake up into the river and are trying to make it as far as they can. So you'll see them jumping over the falls, and a lot of people will be catching them in the next few weeks here.
And these salmon are huge.
They are. They're about 4-year-old salmon that spent their whole lives out in Lake Michigan, moved their way up the river, and this is kind of their last run, and they can get up to 30 pounds, so they're really big.
Thank you so much, Adam, for joining us today.
Absolutely.
It is a pleasure to finally meet you after all of this time. And of course, we have been spending all day out here. We started our day at Sprecher Brewery. We went and had some lunch at the Brick. We've got a couple more stops to make, so you will see our stop to get some food later today on the CBS 58 News at 4:30. Back to you.
Well, we see where he gets his looks from, am I right?
You know, great memories from Kletzsch Park
awesome.
and along the Milwaukee River, not only for Adam and me, but his mom, Jessie, my wife, spent a lot of time, you know, fishing and really just enjoying that urban oasis in the heart of the city. Very cool.
You got to be a proud dad.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, that's
He's
awesome.
doing all right.
Did you know that the best root beer in America is made in Glendale, Wisconsin? That's what the New York Times says.
It's hard to argue,
Yeah.
right? We're talking, of course, about Sprecher root beer. Amanda Porterfield shows us the brewery and takes us all around Glendale in our CBS 58 Hometowns tour.
This week's 58 Hometowns brings us to the heart of the North Shore in Glendale, a growing city known for its restaurants, festivals, and scenery, and of course, being the root beer capital of the universe.
Welcome to Sprecher Brewery and welcome to Glendale. We put happiness in a bottle or a glass, and that's what we're about. We actually fire brew our soda, which means we use real Wisconsin honey, raw honey, and we brew it or cook it and caramelize it in the same kettles, and that's how, and put botanicals and flavoring, etc. Versus 90 or 99% sodas are just cold liquid powder mixed together. That cooking or caramelization and brewing is what gives a bold taste and great taste of Sprecher. All our sodas are fire brewed, and that's what makes it so special. We are so fond of Glendale. This is home for us, home for some of our employees. I live like 7 minutes away. We know the community. It's about building community.
Well, it's just a really welcoming community. Welcome to Richard E. Meslowski Park here in Glendale. Well, we're home to the longest running Oktoberfest, over 120 years. Glendale's so awesome because we have a really great sense of community. I mean, we're right here in our community park. This is Richard E. Meslowski Park. It's a community park. It has a disability playground here where people can play, come from all walks of life and play on the playground.
My name is Chelsea. We're here at the Brick Pub and Grille in Glendale. Years ago, 70s and 80s, Tim's grandparents owned a restaurant called Hren's. About 8 years ago, we were able to purchase it, did a lot of remodeling. A lot of connections to this community, and we really wanted to develop a bar where, a restaurant where people could come, mingle, enjoy themselves, meet people, get to see people that they know, you know, whatever, kind of make friends. It's a place to gather as well as have a good meal and have a nice drink.
I see Glendale expanding completely. I mean, we want to create new business opportunities, new event opportunities. I mean, we're growing so much right now. We have so many festivals. We've got Wisconsin Beer Lovers Festival coming back next year, which is the largest in Wisconsin. And we have the largest Oktoberfest. So I just think we're really getting put on the map.
Well, that does it for this week's 58 Hometown Stop in Glendale. We've had a wonderful day here. Everybody was so nice and welcoming, and we had a great time just trying out all the unique places in this city. Thanks for having us, and we'll definitely be back.